Hi there. Welcome to English Storytime and Sleep Meditation. I'm your host, Celia. Thank you for tuning in. As we start this new year, I want to send my warmest New Year wishes to all of you. I hope 2024 brings you health and positivity. Every year has its challenges, but remember, there are always people ready to help when times are tough, and we can help others too when they need it. Tonight, I will take you all into a faraway and magical world to tell a story that brings happiness and accompanies a good night's sleep. Our story is about Moritz, a young man from a simple village. His home has been in a cold spell for many years, always winter, but this doesn't stop the warmth in his heart. We'll follow him as he embarks on a journey, using his few belongings to attempt a task many have tried and failed. Now, let's relax and get ready for our story. Imagine a vast land forever wrapped in snow and ice, stretching out in whites and grays. In the center stands a sparkling, glassy mountain reaching into the clouds, silently waiting for a brave adventurer to climb it. And this is where our story begins. The Glass Mountain. Once upon a time, in a land covered in ice and snow, there was a village where the people lived in cold and white winters. In this village lived a young man named Moritz, who had a brave and kind heart. Though born into poverty, he had a passion for pursuing his dreams. In the center of this land stood a magnificent glass mountain, clear and shining like an ice sculpture, reaching high into the clouds. Legend said that at the top of this mountain was a palace where a beautiful princess lived. However, the mountain was so slippery and steep that no one had ever succeeded in climbing it. Moritz always dreamed of climbing the glass mountain, saving the princess at the top, and ending the long winter. The villagers thought it was just an unrealistic dream, but Moritz was determined to try. One day, Moritz set off for the glass mountain with only a few things: sturdy boots, a long, thick rope, and a small knife his father had left him. As he left the village, his heart was filled with excitement and nervousness. Moritz walked through forests, crossed rivers, and finally arrived at the foot of the glass mountain. Looking up at the towering peak, he felt awe and determination. He began to climb, carefully moving up with his sturdy boots and rope. But the glass mountain was very slippery, and he almost fell several times. Halfway up, a strong wind blew, and Moritz held tightly onto the rope, trying not to be blown away. In that moment, he thought of the villagers and his dream. His determination helped him overcome his fear and continue climbing. Finally, after a long and difficult climb, Moritz reached the top of the mountain. He found a palace, and standing in front of it was a beautiful princess. The princess was surprised and happy to see Moritz. "You really did it. You climbed the glass mountain," the princess said. "Since this mountain appeared, no one has been able to come here." Moritz told the princess that he came to end the long winter and and save her. The princess smiled and said that once she was rescued by someone truly brave, the winter would end and spring would come. At that moment, the ice and snow on the mountain began to melt, and warm sunlight shone on the glass mountain, creating dazzling light. The princess went down the mountain with Moritz, and when they returned to the villagers were amazed to see that spring had really come, and the land began to revive. Moritz became a hero in the village, and his story inspired everyone to believe that nothing is impossible with courage and determination. Moritz and the princess lived happily in the village from then on. The mysterious glass mountain became an eternal legend, reminding people of the power of courage and love. This story portrays the power of bravery, adventure, and love, hoping to inspire and dream for children.